Good morning from day 3 of World Expo in Dubai. This morning we had to go into the city to get our COVID test done for return to the UK. So I thought I'd just share a little bit of the skyline that I saw on our way. Hi there! So we're back on site. That was very efficient. I booked before I left to the UK, so we went to Zia Medical Centre in Dubai, got a Kareem, which is another version of Uber, all very efficient. We got back on site and we are now in line for the Japan Pavilion. This pavilion has had consistent waits between 90 minutes and 3 hours. So we've come here first. Right now the wait is 60 minutes, however, we really haven't. I think we're going to go in right now. This is so incredibly clever. You've got 4 themes in this area: sea, space, land, city. And they've built models. I'm in city right now, using food items, everyday items to create these silhouettes, these models. Really, really smart. I'll show you a couple. Pay close attention what this model is actually made of. We have a city, well, we have a fun fair right here. Disneyland, very clever. Trust me to find a Disney one. Over here, Kitchen Zoo. So smart. Look at this. The sushi cityscape. Sushi locomotive. Look at that. So I'm going to try and describe the Japan Pavilion, but it's an experience and you have to experience it for yourself. What they did, you saw, I showed you the smart device. You're using earphones, so your language is there for you, so there's no communication barrier. It's a guided tour, but you are going into different zones and you're making choices as you go, and that creates your avatar, that creates your experience. The guide will, clearly there's sensors, so the room I showed you where the models were made, as I went around it would tell me different things or clue me into different things, but it focused on issues to do with children, child labour, food issues, the environment, and it starts with the idea of us all being there at that point, at that time, this chance meeting where we meet, and it goes on from there. But it used Japanese technology, devices by Sony. I'm recording on a Sony, funnily enough. So the technology was there, the issues were there, the world coming together. I think Japan has summed up what this expo is about more than anything. But what's really exciting is the next expo is in Japan in 2025 in Osaka, and if this is a smidgen of what they can do with their pavilion here, I can't wait to see what they do for Expo. It is a long wait. I understand why now. It's limited capacity in each zone. Fantastic. They have summed up Expo the best so far. And what's great, because it's interactive, kids are going to be engaged as well. So it really is a good one for everybody, if you can cope with the wait in the sun, and that's why they're giving out wonderful Japan fans as well. But yeah, on to the next. behind me is absolutely a massive, very clever use of mirrors. It changes. Giant room. Very cool. And here we have a water screen. Now these shapes aren't random. You actually choose what you would like to print in the water and down it comes. Very, very cool. So I'll demonstrate. Let's do this one. And there it is. Nice. So just had a rest in the hotel, which is behind me there. We are really under the dome. And I had a bit of a clothing change because there's going to be a slide involved this afternoon, but that will be revealed. Right now we're going to one of the biggest pavilions, and it's the Uae Pavilion. And why shouldn't they have a big pavilion? It's kind of their jewel in the crown, so we're going to go check it out. So coming in, we've got these sand dunes. Well, it's real. Crazy. So this is about unity, and Dee's walking there. I'm only showing feet, but Dee's walking there, and the more people that walk on it, the more it lights up because we're brighter together. I'm walking to the side and it's coming with me. It's very cool. So we made it to Luxembourg. This pavilion here is Luxembourg, and that means it's sliding time. But first there's some other stuff to look at, I'm sure. Don't touch the slide. Okay. Bye! Well, the slide was a good little bit of fun, even if it was a 10-minute wait. I know, but still. Heading on down to Pakistan Pavilion next. Apparently they've done something quite good. This is the UK. That's what they've done. We are going to explore a bit later, but that's our pavilion. Hi everybody, so I'm in the Opportunity Pavilion, which is also the United Nations hub here at Expo, and it's talking about Mission Possible. Now what Mission Possible is by 2030 working together for more food, more water, clean air, environmental, and working together, everyone on the globe, to make sure that happens. But yeah, I'm lying on my back because I'm watching everyone's pledge float by on the river through the rainforest. And it's very calming. We have a lot of clouds here. So it's upside down, basically. But I could quite happily lay here for a while. nations. And in a way, this is kind of what this expo is about, because it's brought all the nations together, uniting them for a better future for all of us. But I wanted you to see that because I think it's important. So I guess when in Lebanon, you swing. So welcome to Indonesia.
Welcome to Indonesia today.
So I did it again, more Asian food. That's 3 days in a row, I can't help myself. But I've got lamb satay and I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit more authentic than ordering from the takeaway. And that, my friends, is what happens when you end up in the middle of performance art. I didn't know what was happening. They circled me. All right, so I should have said that the satay was from Indonesia. It was very, very good. I said, I wanted to try something because the smell all through the pavilion was insane. But so can I try something non-spicy? She recommended satay. It was great. It was great, even though the other food looked amazing too. But me and he. So, Opportunity District. Still got to visit the UK. Next up is Monaco. Monaco have a small 360 theatre here. Monaco, and then into the UK. 3 days. 3 days of it. I think I'm starting to lose my mind a little bit here. So many screens and visuals and senses and sounds, and reality is going to seem very, very boring. All right, it's time to go home to the UK. Let's go see what's going on in the home pavilion. Of our pavilion, you come up to the top, you write a word in the tablet, it turns that word into a rhyming couplet. That couplet is going into a poem that is being formed by artificial intelligence and is going into the Guinness Book of Records as the longest artificially intelligent generated poem of all time. So when you hear the concept, it's actually pretty cool. So I just did the Norway experience, the presentation if you like. It runs every 20 minutes. Oh, sorry Norway, I was dozing off. I mean, their message is good. The oceans, sustainable oceans, all of that is good. But it's just a monotone video, so it makes it hard at the end of the day. Maybe if it was the morning, I'd feel better. Anyway, there is some very colourful stuff down this row. I see Colombia, I see Belarus, I see lots of lights. Let's go see what's going on. So, It's 10:10. It's the end of day 3. Or is it? Expo on a Thursday and Friday. The site stays open till 2 a.m. if you can believe. However, the pavilions still close at 10. So for those 4 hours, it gives a chance for restaurants, bars, entertainment to really take over. So they've made it into a weekend nighttime spot for Dubai. I am sitting currently in the Millennium Amphitheatre because at 10:30 there's going to be a live performance, 16-piece, singing, dancing, you name it, they're going to do it. And I thought it might be a really nice way to close the night. The dome is just over behind me, obviously doing its projection shows we've already seen. So you really don't need to sleep very much here if you don't want to. There's something going on at all times. In terms of what we've seen today, Japan is the winner, I think, in terms of the experience. I felt this zen, I felt this calm, I thought the message was fab, as I talked about earlier. Last pavilion I've done today, Colombia. Now, it doesn't look much from the outside, but the guides are so enthusiastic. It takes you through every region of Colombia. I just had a mango juice. They brought some fruits over. It was a really vibrant, fun experience. You can play the drums, you can dance. So I really enjoyed that. Norway, as I suggested, not so much. Iraq, I was very glad to see Iraq here. I've been glad to see all the countries that have struggled in recent times. Iraq, that was a guide again, and he was showing us things of Iraq that we don't see. We're so used to seeing the news and the war and troubles, and he showed us some of the architecture and some of the beautiful scenery. What hits you a lot about all of these countries is the scenery, the nature that you would never get to see. I would never have known how beautiful Lebanon was. Indonesia, I mean, I know of Indonesia, but oh my God. So all of these countries represented here are doing a fantastic job, but it's less about the tourism is a nice side product, but all of them are with the message, what can we do to make the world a better place? How are we going to do it? Or they're bringing innovation, creativity. They're talking about how they work with the UAE, United Arab Emirates, and how they work with the world. And of course the United Nations as well, having their own hub here and being heavily involved with the Opportunity Pavilion. So yeah, it's overwhelming. And when I look back at what I filmed, hopefully I remember all of it. I've tried to take notes, but I'll be labeling all these pavilions as hopefully you will have seen already. And that's going to do it for day 3 of World Expo. I hope you enjoyed this whirlwind tour. If you enjoyed the content, please do give it a like. Feel free to subscribe. And we've got one more day. And some of these pavilions I'm showing you here, we're going to be exploring inside. I'll see you really, really soon. Bye.